First question comes in the category of comics. Owen Wilson, Vince Vaughn's mentor Chaz, moves on from crashing weddings to crashing what in order to meet women?
Pretty apropos question. Kicking us off here, talk about
It seems like 5,
movie.
4, 3, 2,
Dirty
and
comedy.
1. Looking for answers starting with Elliot.
Funerals?
Funerals.
That is correct. Wildberries.
Funerals.
That's correct. Magoots.
I was going to say British high tea, but funerals.
Please don't burp into the mic again. Devon.
My bad.
Funerals, sir.
Perfect.
And please shoot him after the show.
Take him out back and get rid of him like a dirty dog.
All right, our next question comes from the world of animated movies. These are movies that are drawn by hand or by computer. Your question is, in Finding Nemo, what is Nemo's father's name? You find yourself being attracted to...
I hate that movie.
I mean, like, you like the movies.
I dated what? 5, 4.
That sounds like a
3,
college exploit as well.
2.
Marlon?
And looking for answers starting with Jack.
Clive.
That is not correct. Makuga.
Good plug for Clive Owen, great British actor. Albert Brooks.
No.
might have voiced them, but not actually the name of the character.
Devon.
Is it Marlin?
That is correct for a point.
Ooh.
Don't worry, I'll carry the team.
All right, and Elliot.
John Cusack.
Not correct.
Well,
Yeah.
wish John Cusack was my dad.
Would have been an odd name for a fish. Either Albert Brooks or John Cusack.
All
They
right.
named a clownfish Marlin? That
Third-
movie has some holes.
Yeah. Third question comes in the category of dramas. This is serious films, something Josh is not. Catch Me If You Can. Frank and Carl encounter each other every year during what holiday?
You see yourself more as a criminal or more as the guy getting the criminal? I think in your history you've proven to
Yeah,
be one more
I've
than the other.
arrested over probably 100 people myself in my life. I would catch
Christmas.
them.
You missed the thrill?
I do sometimes. 5, 4,
You want to arrest
3,
me?
2,
After the shoot?
1. Looking for answers starting with Makuga.
Christmas.
That is correct, sir. Devon.
What is Christmas?
That is correct.
Oh, yes, dear.
Elliot.
Christmas. And here in America, we say
right.
Merry Christmas.
All
No,
right.
happy Christmas. And wear
Jack.
crowns.
I thought it was a trick question when Thanksgiving is in America. Apologies.
Yes.
Apologies.
We're tied up at
Yes.
4 here.
I thought you
Yes.
were trying to trick me with the
Okay.
weird holidays.
Oh, happy Christmas. We wear crowns.
next-
It's a tree.
Western.
Excuse me, young boy, what day is
Comes
today?
Oh,
from the
happy
world
Christmas,
of
sir.
Christmas Eve,
movie
Sal.
release dates. If you're talking, you will not hear the question.
Okay, sorry, Mark.
Which film
Hard to
was
hear you throw that
released
Coors Light
first? Billy Madison or Happy Gilmore? I can't tell if Devon is fake British or just enjoys being real British so much.
A little column A, a little column B.
100%.
4, 3,
Billy Madison.
2, and 1. Looking for answers starting with Devon.
What is Billy?
That is
Give him
correct.
the point.
Whoa, we wrote Billy. That's not the name of the movie, dudes.
The,
Challenge. Put him fucking on the table.
all right.
All right,
The
challenge is on the
answer
table.
from Devon. The Brett has been challenged by Josh, the American. We will now consult with the
The movie's
judges.
not called Out of, it's called Out of Africa.
We are back. We have consulted with no less than 4 judges, and Ken, we have come to the ruling that had the question been asked and the choices not been given in the question, we would not award the point simply to Billy. However, because the 2 options were Billy Madison and Happy Gilmore, we will allow Billy to be accepted
BS.
as
I
a
just want you
point.
guys to know, I'm being serious right now. That is BS. That's
Okay.
fucking BS.
Josh is letting us know.
Every
that
time you do. I'm so sorry.
It's
to everyone
BS.
that you have-
Oh, it's Star Wars The Empire.
We move
What the
on
fuck movie is that?
to
I think I know what movie that is.
I wrote Billy
Madison.
Madison,
That's
Correct.
a point for him.
And
not to be confused with all the other Billies that have movies. It's not,
That's right.
it's not Billy
That's
Elliot,
right.
it's Billy
Josh
Madison.
Billy Madison.
And Makuga. Billy Madison.
Look at him mix up both names, just like a gentleman.
To tie up the game at 6 apiece.
All right. Hotly contested match thus far.
All right. 5th question comes in the category of fantasy sci-fi. Fantasy sci-fi. Who played Hermione Granger in the Harry Potter film?
Oh, that's too easy.
This one close to your...
Near and dear to me is all 9, 10, 11 and a half
There's
Harry Potter films.
13.1.
Emma Watson.
Count those other ones.
4,
Prequels now.
3, 2, and 1. Looking for answers, starting with Elliot.
That would be Brown University's own Emma Watson.
Wow.
All right,
10
look
points
at
for
that.
Gryffindor.
Even
American education.
the Ivy League school record.
British born, Emma Watson.
That's correct.
Also
British
true.
by birth, American by choice.
Mr. McCouga.
Let's go with Emma.
Emma.
Is that cool?
Yes.
No, that's my sister's
Yeah.
name, and my sister wasn't in it.
All right.
And Devon.
Well, we know how you Americans love Emma Watson.
We do.
All your
We do.
wet dreams here.
Whoa.
We are tied up at 8. Tied up at 8.
Tied up at 8, and we move on to action adventure.
Would it be rude to ask for another beer?
Action adventure. It
Yeah.
would not if we have a production assistant that can
Sorry,
go
we
grab that
don't
for you.
have lager on tap here. Are you
Your
able to accept those
question
lines?
is, what classic movie character hails from Skull Island? Classic movie character. Ken, it has been hotly debated in here.
Yeah.
I can't tell
King
who
Kong.
I'm going to be friends with at the end of this.
5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We'll find out. Starting answers here, starting with Jack.
King Kong?
That is correct for 9 points.
King Kong.
That's right. Devon.
I thought King.
First to hit 10.
He actually put King Kong and Elliot Dewberry.
We don't have kings here. We have presidents.
We don't need any kings. We run a capitalist market society without a monarchy.
And we stand for our flag.
Elliot Dewberry.
It would be King Kong, not
That's
to be
right.
confused with Donkey Kong
Tied
or
up at
all the other
10
Kongs.
here.
Oh,
Tied up
that's
at 10.
Or King George, who we beat in the Civil War,
worst.
American War. The Revolution. Shut up. It's fine.
All right, guys. 7th question. It comes in the category of horror thriller. Horror thriller. In 1976, The Omen, the character of Catherine Thorne, was played by Lee Remick, who played the same character in the 2006 remake.
Oh, that girl from the bar.
Boy, I saw that in
Oh.
the theater, and it was because I was paid to do so by a review show that hired me before SCHMOEDOWN.
I saw it in 76. 5, 4, 3, 2,
Julia
and
Stiles?
1. Your answer starting with Josh McCouga.
Katie Sackhoff.
No.
It's a good guess. It's a good guess. It's a good guess.
It's scary. I'm not going to see it.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I'm not even
Devon.
watch the trailer.
Who is Naomi Watson?
Incorrect.
Another good
Elliot.
guess.
Fool.
Donkey Kong.
No, incorrect. Jack.
Carrie Allison Baker?
Now we are looking for Julia Stiles. Everybody, Julia Stiles.
Not going to lie, I did not watch that movie. I didn't care for it.
You know what's a great movie is The Prince and Me with Julia Stiles. Great movie.
Final question.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the last question in round 1. Sometimes rounds end, and sometimes they just get put out of their misery. This is a Patreon question, so we want to give a shout out to John Patterson, a loyal patron who helped us with this question. John Patterson, the question is in the realm of 90s movies for you, everybody at home, as well as the field up there. What type of animal is used to lure the T-Rex out of the jungle in Jurassic Park?
Goat.
What type of animal? Is it a Kingsman? Is it a Wildberries?
5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Looking for answers starting with Devon.
What is a cow?
That is incorrect. Elliot.
I think he lost his accent there, boys.
I swear for God it was a cow, huh?
Elliot. No, incorrect. Jack.
I thought it was...
Okay.
I'm going to say goat.
That is.
I will point out. I thank you very much. I will point out that with that correct answer, the Wildberries won absolutely nothing. They simply had a point lead on the Kingsmen.
And your winner of round
I got it right.
To round 2, also known as the wheel round. And if you thought things were hot and sweaty in the first one, well, you're right. But the second round, things can really change because the stakes double can, and it is known as the wheel round. Each team is going to have a spin at that there wheel. If you don't like the category you spin, you are awarded 1 mulligan, at which point you have to take whatever category you do spin. Each category has 6 questions for the teams to answer, and you're allowed to confer with your teammate at your leisure, though we still have a 15-second time limit. Each question is worth 2 points. If you're not sure of the answer, you can check to multiple choice, at which point the value of the question goes down to 1. Keep in mind, teams, there is stealing available in round 2. Ken, it does appear that the Wildberries are beating the Kingsmen by a very dramatic point. Yeah. So, Wildberries, would you like to spin first or defer to your brothers across the pond?
We will defer.
That's very gentlemanly of you.
That's very ladylike. No offense to my women here.
Kingsman, you are going to spin first.
Finally turning into a southern gentleman.
Yeah. You're starting to sound more like the judge in My Cousin Vinny than an actual British prison.
All right.
No, fully British here.
You know, Mark, I didn't go to college. I started my radio career. Was that first round what a frat party was like? I still remember.
That was what a frat party that gets shut down, and many people go to jail.
I'm still shaken by the way.
That was more like a DUI arrest. And here comes the wheel. Solid spin by Kingsman. We're looking at modern.
Robin Williams. Robin Williams.
Robin Williams.
You know Robin Williams is American.
Robin Williams.
One of our national treasures here.
All right, they're going to stick with
Stay.
They were casting Mrs. Doubtfire.
Very interesting choice because Robin Williams, one of the most beloved comedic actors of all time. Maybe if Kingsmen don't get a question, the Wildberries have a legit chance to steal. Ken Knapsack will be administering the Robin Williams questions.
All right, 6 questions in this category. First one up. Who directed Robin Williams in the dark comedy Death to Smooching?
Danny DeVito.
Can we have multiple choice, please?
Multiple choice, it is.
Don't laugh at me, Mark.
A. Danny DeVito. B. Barry Levinson. C. Edward Norton. D. Mike Nichols.
B. Barry Levinson.
That's incorrect for steal.
Can you read those again, please?
A. Danny DeVito.
Does that count as a J?
B. Barry Levinson. C. Edward Norton. D. Mike Nichols. 5, 4, 3,
Danny DeVito.
2. That is correct for a point and a steal.
And I don't want to call myself Nostradamus or a prophet of any kind, Ken, but we already see that bearing fruit. The Wildberries clearly fans of Robin Williams as well.
Right. He was loved by many, right?
Including
Okay. Second question.
Not wrong.
Who did Robin Williams play in the Knights of the Museum films?
Teddy Roosevelt?
Well, no, because we did that last time. You said Cedric the Entertainer.
Whispered it ever so softly.
All right. Gonna need an answer soon. In 5, 4.
Theodore Roosevelt.
That is correct for 2 points.
It was so cute to see them remember American history. I believe he was holding a stick where he would speak softly and carry a big stick, but also there.
On the horse.
All right, third question out of 6. In Jumanji, what does Robin Williams' father make at his factory?
Tennis shoes.
Wait, I know the answer. What are shoes? It is a shoe
That's
factory.
correct. 2 more points there.
So cobbler has.
All right.
This smattering of applause shows just how much they like the Kings.
And
Okay.
no one likes you.
Fourth question.
What a great British insult to have.
Name the movie that stars Robin Williams as a saxophonist who's sent with the circus to perform in New York City and decides to defect.
What is multiple choice, please?
A. Moscow on the Hudson. B. Seize the Day. C. The Best of Times. D. The World According to Garp.
A?
There's a movie.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
C.
That is incorrect.
Is it Moscow on the Hudson?
That's correct for steal.
2 questions remaining, and the Kingsmen
Was
clinging to
Mikhail
it was the lead.
Baryshnikov in that movie? I believe he was.
I believe the famed dancer whose poster you have many of on your walls.
And trading cards. All right, number 5 out of 6. 5 out of 6. Who was Robin Williams' co-lead in the 2009 Disney comedy
Oh.
Old Dogs?
I saw that movie in theaters. John Travolta.
Of course, they picked the movies that no one watched.
That's part of the plan.
Can we have multiple choice?
All right. A. John Travolta. B. Martin Lawrence. C. Tim Allen. D. Emilio Estevez.
Just the worst one. They're all believable.
What is John Travolta?
That's correct for a point. It's still the 15, 13
Well, I know that it's
lead.
definitely not Martin
What's
Lawrence.
what's the one with the motorcycle?
Are we there yet?
Wild Dog.
Wild Dogs.
Wild Hogs.
There you go.
All right.
Oh, terrible.
Final question in this category. Who directed the 1996 comedy Jack?
Hey, no, I like that movie. Francis Ford Coppola.
Really
I
like
know the
this
movie.
too.
I'm terrible with directors.
Separate themselves from the Wildberries.
Multiple choice, please.
Multiple choice, indeed. It is A. Joe Johnston. B. Mike Nichols. C. Francis Ford Coppola. D. Chris Columbus. Three-point lead. This would be key 5.
That one's up to you.
3, 2.
Who is Mike Nichols?
That is incorrect for a steal.
Francis Ford Coppola.
All right. Big
Wildberries.
Kingsmen scored 5 points there, Mr. Ellis, but 3 points in steals for Wildberries.
We knew that they were fans of Wildberries, a lot like Jack. They're just kids in a grown man's body, and now it is the Wildberries' turn to spin. It looks like Elliot is...
Newly married Dewberry. He's off the market, ladies.
Oh, congratulations.
Look, handsome, great beard.
Elliot Dewberry and Makuga.
Look at that
Shocking
spin.
coming down the ride.
Look at that. Holy, that is one hell of a spin.
That is an American spin if I've ever seen one, Ken.
We know everything about everything.
You got to think they're looking for 80s movies. That's the decade in which they were born.
Yeah, because they were alive in the 80s.
Maybe...
Uh-oh.
It could be a bonus choice or Ken. It is the 80s.
Are they gonna stick with it?
You should ask yourself.
Here's the thing, it's a broad category.
Yeah.
All right, rip it again. Rip it again.
They're not gonna go with 80s. I don't know about that there. That was a good run.
I feel privileged to have witnessed a master strategy session between two great players right there.
Yeah, all the strategy, the skill from scenes from
Well, I
Doctor
guess
Strange.
Americans normally get what they want, don't they?
And it looks like we're not going to get 80s again. We could have Sandra Bullock or Disaster movie. Okay.
What is Volcano? Yes.
Disaster films.
What is Dante's Peak?
Disaster films. Disaster films. Not to be confused with this game. Disaster
Finally Jones. What is Legally Blonde 2? Back in Blonde.
Day after tomorrow. Miss Congeniality.
All right, guys. 6 questions. 6 questions.
6 questions, and the first question in the world of disaster films is: who played Blake Gaines' daughter to Dwayne Johnson's character in the disaster film San Andreas?
My babe, Alessandro Daddario.
Alexander Daddario.
2 points for the Wildberries. You would have guessed they could have gotten that one right.
That movie is a tale of warning.
I saw it in 4DX. I highly recommend.
Good way to see it. Good way to see
All right, thank you for the advertisement. Your next question. What 90s disaster film starring Bill Paxton was the second film directed by prolific cinematographer Jan de Bont?
Twister.
Wow. Yep. That's correct. 2 points.
Didn't even need the other Wildberry. That's a solo berry movie. Solo berry.
It's a one-berry kind of answer.
Solo berry when we really think.
Should probably take the S off of your name.
Your next question in the world of disaster movies is the following. In the first segment of Cloverfield, Beth and Rob make plans
Coney
to
Island.
visit what attraction/location in the New York City area?
Multiple choice.
We can provide that. Is it A, Coney Island, B, Central Park, C, the Empire State Building, or D, the Statue of Liberty?
I think it's Statue of Liberty.
That is incorrect. Kingsmen.
I'd say B since it's up.
That is also incorrect. Looking for the hot dog capital of the world, Coney Island. Coney Island. We see some chemistry issues developing between the Brits here.
Little known fact, Coney Island is not the best.
Your fourth question in the world, I recommend Doghouse. Thank you, Adam Gertler. Your next question in the world of disaster movies. The Andrea Gale is the name of a ship in what 2000s biographical disaster drama?
Perfect Storm.
Spread for 2 more points.
2 points, and they've opened up a 5-point lead.
I'll
We
tell
still
you
have
what,
2 questions to go.
Nobody grows a spotty beard quite like Mark Wahlberg, because in that movie, it is spotty and it is handsome.
That is a fun
Fight,
fact.
back me up on that one.
Fun fact on that
These
one.
questions are very lack of intelligence.
Your next question.
That's why they're disaster movies, dumb.
In the 1993 movie Alive, the plane passengers were on their way to compete in what sport before crashing in the Andes Mountains?
Soccer, football.
That is incorrect.
Incorrect.
Can we ask for multiple choice?
You may not. They
How
have
many of
to
these have you
ask
seen?
for it.
Bollocks. Well, you want to know what? I like to try and slide a new one in there and see if that goes again.
You are on the clock.
What sport was it?
Yeah.
Can we ask for a JTE?
I can certainly give you JTE rule. That's one of your 3. In the 1993 movie Alive, the plane passengers were on their way to compete in what sport before crashing in the Andes?
Really?
Your answer.
Were they white?
5,
Well, I think one.
4, 3,
Skiing.
2. Incorrect. Rugby.
It was rugby. It was rugby. Very similar looking
Nobody flies for rugby. Professional dogs.
to football. And now the last question for the Wildberries. Ken, if they get this right without the aid of multiple choice, they're going to have a 7-point lead. What seems like a close game could be a wide margin going into the last round. Your last question. What actor narrated the 2005 film War of the Worlds?
Well, gonna have to go multiple choice on that one. Thanks for jinxing us there, Ellis.
Not sure what voice you're doing.
Yeah. That's my Ernest Borgnine.
Your multiple choice options are: is it A, Lawrence Fishburne, B, James Earl Jones, C, Morgan Freeman, or D, Michael Clark Duncan?
We're gonna go Lawrence Fishburne.
That is incorrect, Kingsmen. Can you close the gap to 4?
We an answer here. 5, 4, 3, 2.
Need an answer?
1.
Who is James L. Jones?
That is incorrect.
Who is it?
He's literally known for being the VO guy on so many movies. Morgan Freeman.
Yeah, he does Penguins, he does Aliens, he does
Commercials.
Mountain Dew, doesn't matter. All right, competitors, we move on to round 3 where the Wildberries have a 5-point lead. In round 3, we will determine our champion of the match here today. Because the Wildberries have a lead, they're going to be giving us numbers first. What those numbers are range from 1 to 20. We need a series of 3 numbers from each team. Those correspond to a movie category up here at the answer desk. We're going to ask you 3 questions if we get that far. Your first question's worth 2 points. Your next question worth 3 points. The last question worth 5 points. Because this is the team format, you may only confer for the 5-point question. Once we tell you the category of the 2-point question, the team must decide who is going to answer that question solo, a 1 king or a 1 berry, and then the opposite teammate will be answering whatever the 3-point question is. Like I said before, you can confer for the 5-point question only. Wildberries, we need 3 numbers ranging from 1 to 20. Should you be able to count that high?
3, 6, and 9.
I don't think they actually can count to 20 again. It did not sound like it. 3, 6, 9, Kingsman.
7, 16.
11.
All right. Joe Theismann,
I've
Joe
never seen
Montana,
such
Mark Rippon.
befuddled amusement over numbers since Hugh Grant in Notting Hill.
All right, getting his heels mixed up.
Flipping the U's around.
Ken, you will be administering the Kingsman questions. I will be asking the Wildberries their questions.
Absolutely. And I do remind you, when you answer with the who is, you're kind of taking time away from yourselves because sometimes the answers are timed in some of these matches. So unless you're stalling, be careful there.
Here we go.
All right, guys, here you go. You guys pick 7, 16, 11. Number 7 corresponds to the category of comic book movies. It's a 2-point question. Who will be answering this one? Devon is going to be answering this 2-point question.
Took his glasses off, Ken.
2-point question. Bruce Campbell cameos as what role in 2002's Spider-Man?
He was
It's a Brazilian
door
announcer.
of the theater. What do you call that? The doorman. What is that called?
Looking for a final answer in 5, 4, 3,
The usher.
1.
No.
Incorrect. We're looking for wrestling ring announcer. The ring announcer of the wrestling man.
You're thinking of number
so you're
2.
gonna say, oh.
Yes. Bonesaw is ready.
Macho Man.
I still haven't heard bollocks from you guys yet. I like that word.
All right.
Oh, you did?
The next number you selected was the number 16. We are in not quite must-get territory, but it'd be a little pressure.
If they want to win in regulation, Ken, they need to grit this one and the 5-pointer.
Absolutely. We have a 3-point question. Number 16 is the category of comedy for you, Jack. Comedy. You'll be answering this one. What is the name of the Pauly Shore film that centers around a courtroom?
That centers around a courtroom.
I had never seen the Pauly Shore movie.
Pauly Shore or Polly Shore?
Pauly Shore.
Got it. Just the accent that's up
5,
there.
4, 3, 2, and 1.
No.
Need an answer. No answer. Looking for jury duty. Jury duty.
Saw it in the theater.
Jury duty.
In the theater.
Also saw it in the theater.
Wow, that is
All right.
one of the most forgettable movies I've heard in a SCHMOEDOWN question.
Here
We need
we
your son-in-law.
go.
I don't think I was alive when that film came out.
All right.
Sorry.
You chose for your 5-point question. You need this to tie the game and stay alive. I will find you. Here we have the category is for number 11 new releases. New releases. You guys can confer in this way.
Oh my god.
What is the town called in it?
Oh, that's too easy. Derry Maine.
I
watched both of them.
All right.
I remember.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Need an answer. We have a winner by way of TKO.
Woo!
The Wildberries, again, we're looking for dairy. Looking for dairy, Maine. It's either in the brain or it's not. Ken, one